Alright, today I'm going live to go over some notes I read in Proverbs. Let me hold on a second. Some notes I went over in Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 1. Oh, Proverbs chapter 1. Let's see. I'm gonna need my phone for the Bible app. Okay. I got my Bible. Got my Bible. Got the KJV version right here. And we're gonna pull up the ESV version right here so we can break it down even more. We're gonna go to Proverbs. chapter 1, verse 1. I'll go to Proverbs chapter. I recommend y'all get KJV. Okay, okay. It says, I'm going to read off the ESV version first. The beginning of knowledge. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight, to receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness, justice, and equality. Right? Now we know understanding means perceive, comprehend, and apply according to God's will, right? I don't think we got to. Okay. Is it charging? Okay. This is verse 4. To give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth. Now we know discretion means the ability to make wise decisions to act in God's will slash avoiding causing offense slash careful. Right? To give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth. Let the wise hear and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance. To understand a proverb and a saying, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. Now we will know. Let me see. I ain't read that part. I ain't read the part down. It's okay. I'm gonna read that again. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. Fools despise correction and instruction. Right? And we leave. It says right here. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and forsake not your mother's teaching, for they are graceful garland for your head and pendants for your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie and wait for blood. Let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like Sheol, let us swallow them up, swallow them alive and whole, like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all precious goods. We shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw your lot among us. We will all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their paths, for their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird. But these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone who is greedy or unjust gain. It takes away the life of its possessors. I just want to read what I had wrote down in my notes. I said, discretion will watch over us, understanding will guard us. And we know understanding is perceiving, comprehending, and applying according to God's will. The word wicked means anything that does not go along with God's will. And what is God's will? Things that reflect God's character and likeness. And These things are joyful, peace, love, long suffering, patience, meekness, grace, mercy, and obedience. Wisdom, definition of wisdom is action to apply understanding. It's an action word. Well, really, you can apply wisdom. Step one, I wrote down step one to applying wisdom to your life, to receive and treasure in heart. Step two, to search for wisdom and understanding. Step three, call out for insight and understanding. And then all that equals to understanding the fear of the Lord. And let me jump down. I wanna finish chapter one. Let me finish chapter one and then we're gonna go to chapter three. The call of wisdom. Wisdom cries aloud in the street, in the markets she raises her voice. At the head of the noisy streets she cries out. At the entrance of the city gate she speaks. How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing, and fools hate knowledge? If you turn at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit to you. I will make my words known to you, because I have caused you refuse, and you refuse to listen. Have have stretched out my hand, and no one has heeded. Because you have ignored my counsel and would have none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when terror strikes you. When terror strikes you like a storm, and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. Because they hated knowledge. And then we went back and we just read in chapter 1 that it was a verse saying that, damn, dang, fools hate knowledge. Fools hate discretion. Fools hate to get understanding, but the wise love understanding and knowledge and seek after it diligently. And what was that at? Let's start off from 30. Will have none of my counsel and despise all of my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their way and have their fill of their own devices. For the simple are killed by their turning away, and the complacency of fools destroy them. But whoever listens to me will secure, dwell secure, and will be at ease without dread of disaster. I freaking love Proverbs, man. Let's put it in here. I'm gonna go ahead and read chapter 2, and then we just going. I'm not gonna skip. It says the value of wisdom. The value of wisdom. This is the value of it. It says, my son, if you receive my words and treasure up my commandments with you, making your ear attentive to wisdom and inclining your heart to understanding. Yes, if you call out for insight and raise your voice for understanding, if you seek it like silver and search for it for hidden treasures, then you will understand the fear of the Lord. If you diligently seek for knowledge and wisdom, you will understand the fear of the Lord. Um, for the Lord gives wisdom; from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He stores up sound wisdom for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk in integrity. Now, integrity meaning, I wrote it down, y'all. I wrote it down. We gonna look on her. It says integrity mean, let me give you a definition. Honest, unity, the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness, the state of being whole and undivided, guarding the paths of justice and watching over the way of his saints. Then you will understand righteousness and justice and equality, every good path. For wisdom will come into your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will watch over you, understanding will guard you, delivering you from the way of evil, from the men of perverted speech, who forsake the paths of uprightness, to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice in doing evil, and delight in the perverseness of evil. Men who paths are crooked, who are devious in their ways, so you will be delivered from the forbidden woman. Now, let me tell y'all about the forbidden woman. Now, we're about to go into that. For the adulteress will with her smooth words. So, the forbidden woman has smooth words. Who forsakes the com- uh, companion of her youth and forgets the covenant of her God. For her house sinks down to death, and her path to the departed. None who go to her come back, nor do they regain the paths of life. Now we're about to go in. So you will walk in the way of good and keep the paths of uprightness. For the upright will inhabit the land, and those with integrity, with good morals, will remain in it. For the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the treacherous will be rooted out of it. This is chapter 3. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Okay? My son, do not forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commandments. For length of days and years of life and peace will add to you. Remember that verse? It said, obey your parents and your fathers, and you shall live long. I don't know what verse that is. It's somewhere in the New Testament, but it reminded me of that verse. Let not steadfast love and faithfulness forsake you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Right? Bind the law. Bind your father's and your mother's commandments around your neck. Write them on a tablet of your heart. So you will find favor and good success in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. Do not lean on your own understanding. Don't lean on the way you perceive things, comprehend things, and apply things. Do not lean on that. Because if it's not according to God and the way and how his will is set up, it's not from the Lord, man. It says, where of that? In verse 6. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. I will be healed to your flesh and professment to your bones. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your produce. Then your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will be bursting with wine. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline or be weary of the reproof, for for the Lord reproves him who he loves, as a father the son in whom he delights. And I want to say in chapter, are we not even there yet? Blessed is the one who finds wisdom. Blessed is the one who finds wisdom, and the one who gets understanding. For the gain from her is better than gain from silver, and her profit better than gold. She is more precious than jewels, and nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand, and her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness. Let's look at the word pleasantness. It says giving a sense of happy satisfaction or enjoyment. And all her paths are peaceful. I mean, are peace. She is a tree of life to those who lay hold of her. Those who hold her fast are called blessed. The Lord by wisdom found the earth. By understanding he established the heavens. By the knowledge he kept broke open, and the clouds dropped down the dew. I said, let me see. I'll keep losing my son. Do not lose sight of these. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. They will be life for your soul and a adornment for your neck. Then will you walk on your way surely, and your foot will not stumble. If you lie down, and you will not be afraid. You will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Do not be afraid of sudden terror, or of the ruin of the wicked when it comes. The Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being caught. Do not withhold good from those whom is due when it is in your power to do it. And I wrote down Proverbs 3 and 19 and 20. I said, verse 19, I'm going to go back and reread it. The Lord by wisdom found the earth. By understanding, he established the heavens. And I wrote 20, by his knowledge, the deep broke open and clouds dropped down like dew. Let me go back 27. Do not withhold good from those to whom is due, when it is in your power to do it. Turn your foot away from evil. I wrote down, turn your foot away from evil. Don't turn right or left. Do not say to your neighbor, go and come again tomorrow, I will give it, when you have it with you. Do not plan evil against your neighbor who dwells trustfully beside you. Do not content with a man for no reason when he has done you no harm. Do not envy a man in violence, and do not choose any of his ways, for the devious person is an abomination to the Lord. But the upright are in the confidence. The Lord's curse is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the dwelling of the righteous. Toward the scorners he is scornful, but to the humble he gives favor. The wise will inherit honor, but fools get disgrace. This is chapter 4. A father's wise instruction. Hear, O son, a father's instruction to be attentive, that you may gain insight. Let me look that word up, attentive mean. It says alert, paying close attention to something, that you may gain insight, that you may gain understanding of, the capacity to gain an accurate and deep intuitive understanding of a person or thing. So deep understanding. Hear your father's instruction and pay attention, that you may gain a deeper understanding. For I give you good precepts. Do not forsake my teaching, when I was a son with my father, tender, the only one in the sight of my mother, he taught me and said to me, let your heart hold fast my words. Keep my commandments, keep my rules, keep my morals, keep my statutes, keep my laws, and live. Get wisdom, get insight. Do not forget and do not turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not forsake her, and she will keep you. Love her, and she will guard you. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom, and whatever you get understanding. And on here it says insight, but we know insight is a deep understanding. So prize her high praise prize her highly, and she will exalt you. She will honor you if you embrace her. She will place on your head a graceful garland. She will bestow on you a beautiful crown. Hear, my son, and accept my words, that the years of the life may be many. I have taught you the way of wisdom. I have led you in paths of uprightness. When you walk, your step will not be harmed. And if you run, you will not stumble. Keep hold of instruction. Do not let go. Guard her, for she is your life. Do not enter the paths of the wicked, and do not walk in the way of the evil. Avoid it. Do not go on it. Turn away from it and pass on. And they cannot sleep unless they have done wrong. They are robbed of sleep unless they have made someone stumble. For they had for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the righteous is like the light of dawn, which shines brighter and brighter until full day. The way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They do not know over what they stumble. The way of the wicked, what did it say? The way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They do not know over what they stumble. Let me read that in the KJV. I think I'm on chapter 3, verse 19. In KJV it says, the Lord by wisdom have founded the earth. By understanding have established heavens. Hold on, this ain't it. I'm thinking about chapter 4. Hold on, why this stuff? Oh, it says, the way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. They don't even know where they're going. They stumbling. They don't even know where they're going. They just in utter darkness, not knowing what they doing. My son, be attentive to my words. Pay attention to my words. Incline your ears to my sayings. Let not escape from your sight. Keep them within your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and healing to all their flesh. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life. Put away from you crooked speech, and put devious talk far from you. Let your eyes look directly forward and your gaze be straight before you. Ponder the path of the feet, then all your ways will be sure. Do not swerve to the right or to the left. Turn your foot away from evil. Okay. It says, chapter 5, my son, attentive to my wisdom. Incline your ears to understanding, that you may keep discretion. And we know discretion means the ability to make wise decisions, to act in God's will, avoiding cause and offense carefully. Um, and your lips may guard knowledge. For the lips of the forbidden woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is bitter as wormwood. sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps follow the path of Sheol. She does not ponder the path of life. Her ways wander, and she does not know it. Her ways wander, and she do not know it. This is going into the folly woman, you know? This is going into the folly woman. And now, O sons, listen to me. Do not depart from the words of my mouth. Keep your way far from her, and do not go near the door of her, lest you have your honor to others and your years to the merciless. Lest strangers take their fill of your strength, and your labors go to the house of foreigner. And at the end of your life, you groan when your flesh and body are consumed, and you say, how I hated discipline, and my heart despised reproof. Do not listen to the voice of my teachers, or incline my ears to the instructors. I am what does it say? I am at the brink of utter ruin in the assembly congregation. Drink water from your own cistern, flowing water with your own well. Should your springs be scattered abroad, streams of water in the streams, let them be for yourself alone, and not for strangers with you. Let your foundations be blessed, and rejoice in the wife of your youth, a lovely deer, a graceful dove. Let her breast fill you at all times with delight. Be intoxicated always in her love. Why should you be intoxicated, my son, with a forbidden woman, and embrace the bosom of an adulteress? What is an adulteress? A woman who commits adultery. For a woman's ways are before the eyes of the Lord, and he ponders all his paths, and iniquities of the wicked ensnares him, and he is held fast in the cords of sin. He dies for lack of discipline, and because of his great folly, he is led astray. Now, I want to go into, okay, I'm gonna jump to chapter 6, and chapter 6, verse 16 through 19. These are 6 things that the Lord hates. 7 are an abomination to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, the hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deviouses wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to evil, a false witness who breathes out lies, and one who sows discord among brothers. Now, I wrote down what the wicked does and what godly characteristics are. I said the wicked, haughty eyes, um, proud and arrogant, lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, evil plans, running to evil, false witness, sows disagreement. And then the godly characteristics of that is opposite, is humility, truth, love slash servant slash merciful, obedience, sacrifice slash hunger for righteousness, burned, bearing other burdens, peacemakers slash meek. And we know reproof means rebuke. Despise means dislike, like a deep dislike. Adultery means someone that sleeps with someone's wife, cheater in quotations. They lack awareness and sensory function. That's what adulterers lack. They lack awareness and sensory function. Okay. Now I want to skip down to chapter 7 and verse 2. Okay. It says, keep my commandments and live. Keep my commandments as the apple of your eye, right? Apple of your eye. And then it's a verse that says, let thy eye be full of light, so your whole body can be full of light. If your eye is full of darkness, your whole body is full of darkness. Okay? Ooh, I read it. And it says in verse 3, bind them on your fingers, write them on your tablets of your heart. Now we know bind means tie slash wrap around. Heart meaning mind, the way you see the world. And we know insight mean to gain accurate, deep, intuitive understanding of a person or thing. Um, oh, this is a lot. Okay, I'm gonna start. Let me start from verse 4. Say to wisdom, you are my sister, and your call insight your intimate friend, to keep you from the forbidden woman, from the adulteress with her smooth words. You know, adulteress means someone's someone with a lack of awareness and sensory function. With her smooth words. For at the window of my house I have looked out through the lattice, and I have seen among the simple, I have perceived among the youth, a a young man lacking sense, passing along the streets near her corner, taking the road of her house in the twilight, in the evening, at the time of night and darkness, just creeping at night, creeping, about to get caught up. And behold, the woman meets him dressed as a prostitute, willy of heart. What does the word prostitute mean? A sex worker, loud, difficult to control, un uh I don't know what I wrote down. Un Uncasual, perverse, or something like that. Behavior, not submissive. Her feet does not stay at home, in the streets, or at every corner she lies and waits. So if you have any of these qualities, when I read this, oh my goodness, that's a prostitute, a sex worker, loud, difficult to control, perverse behavior, not submissive. Her feet does not stay at home, in the streets. At every corner she lies and waits. And behold, the woman meets him, dressed as a prostitute, willy apart. What do willy apart mean? What do willy mean? Willy mean skilled at gaining an advantage, especially deceitfully. Deceitfully with your words. She is loud and wayward. Her feet do not stay at home. Now in the streets, now in the market, in every corner she lies and waits. She sees him and kisses him, and with bold face she says to him, I had to offer sacrifice. Now that word sacrifice, man, Willie, that word sacrifice means to act of slaughtering an animal, a person, or surrendering a possession as an offering to God or to a divine or supernatural figure, ritual slaughter. So she's saying she had offered up a sacrifice. She had offered up herself to be sacrificed and slaughtered. not like killed, but sacrificing her body, man. And today I have paid my vows. So now I have came out to meet you, to seek you urgently, and I have found you. I have spread my couch with coverings, colored linens from Egyptian linens. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill to the love to the morning. Let us delight ourselves with love, for the my husband is not at home. This is what Proverbs 19:20 says. For my husband is not at home. He has gone on a long journey. He took a bag of money with him. At full moon, he will come home. Husband not at home, adulterous woman cheat. Seizes to take hold of suddenly and forcibly, grab, capture. Oh my goodness. Vows, meaning oath and promises. Urgently, strong desire. Feel, when she says she wants to feel the love, feel, what she say? Let us take our fill of love to the morning. Feel, become full, overwhelmed. Love, deep affection, a deep pleasure. Seductive, she's very seductive. It says right here in 21, with such with much seductive speech, she persuades him. With her smooth talk, she compels him. So seductive, meaning toppling and attractive. You could say sexy or attractive, but that word sexy is a very lustful word. Seductively persuading him to lay in the bed. I decked the bed. I didn't put perfume on the bed. I didn't cleaned up my house, lit some candles. My husband not at home. He's on a long journey. He be back tomorrow. Come and lay with me, and and let's fill our love into the morning. Adulterous woman, do not get, do not be that adulterous woman. Do not be. Ooh, if you find yourself operating in these ways, man, repent, change your ways. This is not. It's not it. Persuades me to cause someone to do something. Snare is a trap. Instant. It's an instant trap. Let me read the rest of 7. I think this is. It says, with much seductive speech, she persuades him. With her smooth talk, she compels him. At once, he follows her as an ox goes to the slaughter, or as a stain is caught fast, till an arrow pierces its liver, as a bird rushes into a snare. He does not know that it will cost him his life. Because once you're bound to a harlot, you are bound forever. And now, O son, listen to me and be attentive to my words that are coming out of my mouth. Be attentive to the words of my mouth. Let's not Let not your heart turn aside to her ways. Do not astray into her paths. For many a victim was laid low, and all her slain are a mighty throng. Her house is a way to Sheol, going down to the chambers of death. Mm, 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 mm. Now, now that's just a couple of chapters. That's not even halfway through my notes. I done got so many more notes, y'all. But I can post these notes on my community post. so y'all can read the notes as well that I have. But I have some more notes, and I'll probably make some more videos explaining the notes, and then I'm gonna post the notes after me explaining and reading the notes to you guys. So, ooh, let me end this. I'll probably start back again, reading chapter 8.